I just want to talk about the game, even if it doesn't go anywhere, because
All right.
I don't know anybody else who's beaten it.
Uh,
I know a couple people who are playing it, but
all right.
uh, I found a article by Collider where they just kind of talk about everything just for a reminder. Because already I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen. Uh,
Right.
so I
Yeah, it is
guess
a little weird. Try to think of like everything that happened without forgetting some details.
once you hit the last two chapters, it's just like nothing else really kind of mattered.
Yeah, like right off a fucking cliff. Like it just goes batshit crazy.
Once I hit chapter 17, I was just like, okay, surely the chapter's about to end. And then it's like, nope,
No.
here's this fight. And I was like, okay, well, now we're going to go into chapter 18. It's like, oh, nope, you still have to do this. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then over and over again. I guess if anybody is listening to this, um,
Yeah.
spoilers! We're going to spoil the shit.
Mine is literally titled spoilers discussion.
We are spoiling the shit out of this. And if you
Yeah.
don't turn back now, I guess we'll just get this out of the way. Sephiroth is the last boss.
Woo!
Didn't expect that.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I can't believe
I mean,
they just
what? I
decided
mean,
to throw that.
the whole thing was just kind of weird, and then they did the flash off where it actually like flickers back between their two scenes, like in the very end of the game.
Yeah, like they took like the same shot to
I was
shot
like,
from the
this is like what? I mean, part of me, I don't know. My biggest complaint throughout the game was Sephiroth's entire narrative. Uh, I like in the original how well, you don't even see him in Midgar. You only see a sword. They barely talk about him because he's not actually like the threat. He's dead and all that good stuff. But now,
yeah,
and I kind of understand it
much
now.
different.
But now it's kind of like, oh, everybody knows who this character is, so let's just introduce him. Let's not be all coy about it. But I was like, that
Right.
it's such a good arc for him, though. I mean, the fact that he just kind of shows
Yeah.
up right away and he's like, oh no, he is the bad guy. Like, don't forget that. I
Hmm.
kind of like the shift to the original where it's you against this corporation, and then partway through it's like, oh shit, no, actually it's this, and it kind of increases the stakes a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I still think they handled everything well. Like, it took a while for me to get used to it, but I'm definitely in the headspace now of okay, this is not just like we're gonna hit the beats and update the graphics and stuff. Like this is essentially like an entirely new narrative
Yeah.
and some alternate timelines. It appears like they're being very
Mhm.
meta about changing fate and stuff. And right when that became super prevalent is when they started to branch off the original game the most. So it's being
Yeah.
super meta. And then all the shit with Zach, I was very, very confused about.
Yeah.
Because first I
Now,
saw it,
have
cause
you ever seen Places 4?
I haven't played it. I watched the cutscene, so I was familiar with the scene where he stands off with the Shinra guys and he's supposed to die. So I was just like,
Okay.
okay, that's
So,
fine. They already alluded to Zach earlier in the game. Like that's fine.
personal opinion. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I hate his new voice actor.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with him as a character in his games to
Crisis Core. They
care
have
that
the
much.
perfect voice.
Yeah, I heard that they were going
Yeah.
to bring back everybody from Advent Children, and then they decided to do literally the opposite.
Yep.
Uh,
Literally nobody from Advent Children.
no, somebody reminded me of that whoa, I'm hearing me on you now.
Oh, my mic is probably trying to like adjust. I'll
Yeah,
sort of turn down my
I
speed.
saw some post where somebody was saying Cloud doesn't have his Advent Children Nokia flip phone, and that's why this is all you know such a problem.
Oh, actually,
Um,
if you give me a sec here, I'll probably just go to headset to
that's
just
fine.
bypass
I'm on
that.
headset. It's just easier to hear.
All right.
That's fine. This is very on the fly as it is. So
All right. Rest in peace, Fedora.
no, you got to put the fedora over the headphones. Turn it
True.
sideways.
One
Um,
second. Just got to make sure this switches the audio properly. Where did my audio cable? There we go. Okay, so I might have been a little awkward. Make
Oh, it's
sure
all
that.
good. I can hear
All right.
you. Yeah, so I guess there's just a couple things that I like really am like what, and I want to talk about, and then maybe we'll get into like what we liked, didn't like, all that. So I mean, the Sephiroth thing was still just super weird because now that we fought him and beat him, I mean, it was really what.
This fedora doesn't really sit over the headphones.
I'm not watching. I'll look in a
Oh,
sec, but I'll pull it up on my phone. I mean, it was really cool getting the one winged angel thing. Pretty much, like obviously you can't go straight into like Birth of a God and all that stuff,
yeah.
where do you possibly go after that? Like
See,
I don't
that's what I was wondering. I was like, they kind of just watered down
like
everything
now.
for
I mean,
like.
eventually you'll get to Birth of a God, and it's like cool. That's something new. Like that might actually end up being the last fight
Right.
because
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, they still have Bizarro and Safer Sephiroth forms in pocket, so
I mean, I gotta say, with your fedora, like, with the way the lighting is, you almost can't really tell you're wearing headphones.
a little bit. I know with my black
I
hair
mean,
and
I'm looking
stuff.
at it on my phone, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. So that was all kind
Guess
of
you'd have to
weird.
like really get close here to tell.
I really want to watch somebody do that Sephiroth fight on hard mode, um, and I'm curious if
No
anybody.
damage.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm curious if that's even possible. Somebody was wondering that about the Rufus fight, and there's like literally no way. But
Okay. The Rufus fight, fuck that fight. I found it out at like the last like
yeah,
10% of his health.
no. So okay, so I fought him twice. I beat him on the second try,
Okay,
but I texted you partway through the second fight saying this is making me really mad.
getting mad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, because it's like okay, it's this whole thing. Okay, you just have to dodge him. You dodge until he reloads, and then you attack. And that's literally
yeah,
it. Don't get too close. That's the entire second half of the fight.
yep,
So what happens is I notice that he does his boosters 4 times and then he reloads. So
yes,
because he's out of ammo. So he did his booster things. I ran at him. He shot me, then reloaded, and then shot me again. And I was like, all right, you're
yep.
mixing up the entire algorithm now.
Yeah, like
Like,
the pattern started getting really dumb. I'm like, okay, he's reloading, but
like
then yeah, he counters you.
I like how he's now kind of a bigger character than he was in the original game. I like that the fight's much later. It makes it feel a little more impactful.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting, especially compared to Genova, which I thought was super easy. I didn't have to.
Yeah, it was really easy.
I had no down party members the entire fight. It was I don't want to say it was underwhelming, because the Genova themes are like some of my favorites.
Yeah.
The Rebirth one in particular is incredible, and it was really cool hearing
Oh,
it.
yeah, dude. The music in this is fucking awesome.
Oh, like everything,
Yeah.
everything. I'm kind of bummed because the soundtrack I got with the deluxe edition is just a mini soundtrack, and it has like 12 songs, many of which
Yeah.
there's way more just in this part one, but it only gives me
Yeah.
like the first 2 or 3 chapters worth, which
Yeah.
is
I saw they released
a bummer.
like a full OST, but it's like 7 discs.
Yeah, I'll have to just find it on Spotify. But I mean, the music and the graphics. I mean, I went back, like go back, not the launch or not the announcement trailer from 5 years ago. Go back and watch the first gameplay trailer. The UI is different. The graphics are
Oh
significantly
yeah.
worse by comparison. I mean, they're still amazing, but by comparison,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
like they worked on this shit. Um, it's
Yeah.
kind of a bummer that it's gonna surely 2 years has got to be realistic for the next one. That's how long it took them to do the 13 ones. They already have all the programming for the combat is done. They had the
Yeah.
interface. They had the models. It's really just designing the new shit, which a lot of that 5 years was just planning because they didn't even know how they
Mhm.
were gonna do it. So
Right.
I mean,
Um
a lot of people were kind of iffy on getting a bad deal from all this. I feel like that was a $60 game.
yeah.
If part
Oh
if
yeah,
part
for
two's
sure.
anything like that, I mean, I guess technically I paid $80 for it. I would gladly pay $80 for another deluxe edition. I got 40 hours out of that game,
Yeah,
and
just on the first playthrough.
yeah, so super super worth it. I definitely think the 5 years was worth the wait. Um,
Yeah.
Again, not that I would want to do that again. Another
Right.
thing at the end that was interesting. So there's all the shit with the whispers, which
Yeah, I was just gonna
so
say
all the
the
so
whispers.
all the Sephiroth clones. That's obviously from the original game. The whispers,
Yeah.
the whispers, just I guess even just to start as the little ghost things. That's kind of it's interesting enough. It almost came across a little bit like plot armor at points where it's
It
just like,
really did,
oh, here's
like
this thing that's going to
really
happen. Oh, but never mind because they're stopped. So it's almost like they're trying to do everything to push it in one way, but then again, the game's going super meta and trying to go against that. So
did.
that I
Yeah.
have to wait to see how that plays out. But I was actually texting you about what the weapon fights were going to be like. And apparently,
Oh man.
that big Kingdom Hearts shit, that's pretty much what the weapons are. Um, because
Yeah.
they said because there was like a the Whisper Rubrum and Croceo and Whisper Viridi and all that stuff. I think those are supposed to be equivalents of Ruby, Sapphire, and Jade and Diamond and Ultimate Emerald and Omega and all those. So
Yeah.
I mean I don't know for sure, but that's kind of the feeling I got. I don't know how you could have the weapons, but and then also have those. It just feels like too many like super giant things for one game. Uh, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I mean, the Whisper Bahamut was still kind of weird. I don't know what that was about. It was kind of cool. My final hit on him was the giant chicken doing his ultimate move on him, so that was pretty awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Um, so yeah, I did hear a complaint about the ending of Remake, saying that it got a bit too Kingdom Hearts, and I didn't know what that meant
Yeah.
until we got to the Whisper fight, and
Oh, it absolutely reminded me of Kingdom Hearts like
I don't
immediately.
mind cinematic fights or games whatsoever, but it just seems like a lot of people are there's a lot of people online complaining about Nomura just in general, which I don't think is
Hmm.
very warranted.
Right.
But this is the kind of like what is his stupid name? The stupid Shinra intern whose name I can't remember right now.
Chadley?
Yeah, that I mean you could take one look at him and be like, okay, that's Nomura. Like
Hmm.
it's him to a T. But I mean, honestly, I don't really mind because the original game's still there. If anybody has a problem,
Right. See, that's why I don't really mind a lot of the crazier changes. It's like we still have the original.
yeah, it's just kind of interesting because I want to show this game to somebody else who hasn't played the original at all,
Oh,
now I'm wondering if I have to be like, okay, well that wasn't in the original, and in the original they did this.
yeah.
I don't want to taint the thing and be all interrupting, but I have a feeling that the original narrative is still probably going to be stronger, the main narrative, but the everything they added, the backstory and the world building and the all that shit
Yeah.
was amazing. I loved all the avalanche
Yeah.
shit. Um,
For sure. Ooh.
even the side quests, which apparently they do matter for some of your choices. You don't get all the same quests, and you don't get some of the same trophy stuff.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't know that.
Yeah, so because yeah,
Other
I
than
did
like,
all the quests and I didn't get the trophy, and it's because I had to make another choice somewhere else. So that's
okay,
so in like chapter 9 or something. Um,
gotcha.
but even like yeah, there was definitely a couple parts of the game that felt super dragged out and slogged, but for the most part, I really liked the pacing and I liked all the added shit. The only things that really bugged me, like let's get this over with. Chapter was it 7 is it 17 where you're going through all four of those drums?
Yes,
Yeah,
17.
that shit fucking dragged.
Way, way too
And
repetitive.
then I couldn't find a lever, so I had to run through the whole damn thing over again. Not I didn't even know I
Oh,
was looking for one.
right.
um, Now I was trying to think. I mean, I certainly didn't mind it ultimately. I was trying
Hmm.
to think by comparison. You got like chapter 13 of 15.
Yeah.
That was still worse. Um, there's one other part of this game that really dragged on for me, and I can't remember what it was. So I guess it wasn't that bad. Oh, uh, some of the Shinra stuff, like the jumping on the lights, was just too much. There was no reason for it to drag on like that. Um,
Yeah, it was a little weird.
uh, the stairs shit was hilarious though. Uh,
Yeah.
that
I just
was
did the elevator scene a little bit ago because I had to run back and get the weapons that I missed.
Oh yeah, I just watched that scene on YouTube, and
Gotcha.
yeah, the stairs things was so funny. I was like, well, if I take the stairs, I'll find more items or I'll do all these other things. And
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, but there's
nope.
only one stealable that you can miss.
Okay, yeah, I haven't done steel at all yet.
Me neither.
There's only 4 enemy skills on top of that, so
Oh, really?
yeah, I got 3 of them. I don't know what the last one is yet. Which, because you don't even have to activate
Hmm.
it, you just have to like I think you have to scan them, or you have to have the materia equipped and they have to use the ability, and it does it automatically. Like it's
Gotcha.
not an ability you activate. You just have to have the materia on you.
Yeah,
Um,
which is how it worked.
yeah. Let's see. A couple more spoilery shit. How do you feel about?
Avalanche members
Yeah,
living.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Because I saw Wedge fall and I was like, oh, okay, well that's obviously how he.
Okay, so not just them living, but like the Avalanche like militia
Oh
basically.
yeah, it's huge now. It's not even because in the original game was it just them? Did they ever allude to anything?
So it was never mentioned in the original game, but they had like a mobile game or something which focused more around like the Turks, but they actually talked about the Avalanche incident that tried to kill the president before the original game.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't know too much about the spin-offs.
And that's kind of what Heidegger mentions really early
Yeah,
on.
and a lot of people were saying that the Shinra dropping the plate, or no, blowing up the reactor themselves was new. But other people are saying that if you paid attention to little side dialogue, it's alluded to in the first game also. Which I don't
Hmm.
remember that at all.
But like, yeah, I was gonna say,
Like
but none of the characters.
I just don't think it was confirmed. But in this version, they confirmed it.
Yeah, maybe it just wasn't like translated well in the original game.
It could have been. I mean, because
But they weren't really like surprised at how big like the explosion was. Like they were expecting it.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was just like lost in translation or something.
Yeah. Anyway, that was one of the things I definitely wanted to talk about for a while. Was the Avalanche dude, but I wanted to wait and just give it some time, just in
Yeah.
case I texted you and you had to lie about it or whatever.
Mm,
So Wedge falling, I was like, okay, well, this is how he goes,
yeah.
and then he didn't die, and it was super weird. Now at the end, it's
Oh, okay. I remember. Chapter 15. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
The grapple hook. Uh,
You know what's funny about that is
why?
there was somebody in a town that was literally just like, hey, I have all these grappling hooks. Do you want to buy one? And I don't get the option to. And then I'm just like, what do you have this character here for? If I'm just gonna get grappling hooks, then like I would have just bought one.
Yeah. But like
Do,
that
do,
whole chapter.
that whole grappling hook thing was again, it was a bit much. It was cinematic, which I don't mind, but just
Yeah.
having to do all the steps, like
Also, couldn't they have just used the grapple guns inside the Shinra building?
maybe I get yeah, like on the
I,
stairs or
I, I
something.
don't. Yeah,
I mean,
like
okay, well, if we're gonna complain about anything with the grappling hooks, what about Barrett fucking flying through the air with his one arm, shoots a grappling hook, it catches him, pulls him forward, like it's gonna support his big ass anyway.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and those things shoot for miles. On top of that,
yeah, yeah. No
it
kidding.
was just a bit.
Um,
I mean, it was the same thing with like when they jump off the big tower when the plate's coming down, and Barrett's holding both of them and his one arm there, and I'm just like it looks silly and goofy in the original, but like you kind of have to
yeah,
ground it a little bit.
right.
Um,
Now I could suspend,
I think I
my
literally
disbelief for
let
a
me
while.
find. I think I literally texted you how stupid I thought that was.
Yeah, but like, come on, them fucking sneaking in on top of the truck. They're not even
That
laying down on
shit
the
was
truck. They're like
funny.
standing.
That shit was so like it's like
I
I'll believe that
I
you
had to
stand.
literally pause the game, palm my face, and then I
I
had to
will
text
I will
someone.
suspend all disbelief and believe that them standing next to the van. Maybe the van is just tall enough to hide them, but are they not watching any of the cars come in? Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
that shit was so goofy.
It was so dumb. Like,
Oh
maybe
god.
they should have just. I don't even know. I just don't even know what to say. It was the dumbest scene. I could believe almost everything else, but I can't just believe they weren't watching them roll up to the gate.
Yeah, okay. On Monday, I texted you saying that grappling hook stuff after the Valkyrie was dumb as hell.
A little bit.
Yeah.
The Valkyrie fight itself was pretty good, though.
Yeah, there was a couple fights that I. Okay, so the combat. I don't know if we want to segue fully into the combat yet, but
Nah, I think we'll make a whole spiel about that in a
yeah,
sec.
yeah, maybe. But some fights were genuinely fun. The
Yeah.
Valkyrie fight was fun. The Fat Chocobo was a blast to fight.
Oh
It was
yeah.
just
I
so.
was expecting all of the little DLC summons to come join in.
Yeah, I've only got the Cactar one still, unfortunately, but I'm Square Enix support is trying to help me get that Chocobo chick back. But um,
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean, some of the fights were fun. Uh, Having to do three boss fights right in a row at the very end was a bit much, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically. I mean, the end of Final Fantasy, you do Genova, Sephiroth, well, no, whatever.
Yeah. The back to back
Because I
fights.
was like, okay, I was like, boy, that was a lot, and now I'm good to go. And then I see them in the
Right.
elevator, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then, sure enough,
Yeah.
there that big guy comes. Um, yeah, I almost want to say that that's all the like super super big stuff. Um, the rest of it is
Yeah,
pretty on
pretty
par with the
much.
original. I'm looking at a I'm
Yeah.
looking at an article about a bunch of stuff. I mean, they took a lot of the stuff that, like, the Hell House. It's like, well, surely that won't translate, and they made that work pretty well. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Red 13 was awesome. I
Yeah,
I
I
kind of
loved his
I
new
kind of
voice
I kind
acting.
of disagree with their. Maybe they didn't want to program it, but they were saying, it's so late in the game, we didn't want to have to introduce all these things. It's like, but we're gonna be. I mean, okay, I can understand at least to the extent that uh, you'd only be able to use them for a couple fights, which is fair, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense because you can't go back and use them. You can't use them in the arenas, and you can't
Yeah, I
go
was
through the
just gonna
quests and all
say,
that.
doing the backtracking with the
Um,
chapter
trying
selection.
to trying to remember the timeline of the original game. We'll definitely get Yuffie in the next one because she comes like pretty shortly after this, especially because
Yeah.
they definitely have to go to Wutai. Um,
Oh, Wutai is gonna be way bigger
I
in the next
wonder.
games then,
I'm not.
because they're making like a whole thing out of like the war with like Wutai and Shinra.
Yeah. Uh, we'll probably get Sid in the next part, depending. But it just depends on, surely they're not going to just take the next 5 hours and expand that. Like they can't really just keep doing that. Um,
Right.
I'm I'm not entirely sure if we'll get Vincent in the next part. It kind of
I guess it really
cause like what are they gonna
depends.
like next part definitely has to have Calm. It has to have Fort Condor. It has to have Wutai, Cosmo Canyon,
They're
uh,
like fitting Zack
and
into like the
probably
narrative
and
now.
Gold Saucer most likely too. Which
Yeah.
that I mean I don't
I feel
know
like
I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but
if they change the story kind of the way they like have been, I feel like Gold Saucer area. Well, hmm. That could be an okay finale. They'd have to do something though.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think,
Mm,
like Aerith
the
dying.
Black Materia?
Like I was thinking like they would try to end one part with Aerith dying like shortly after that, but it's like that's really far. Like it depends on how many
They're
parts
gonna
it's
have
gonna
to
be.
change a lot of story
If they
beats
do
now, though. It's
if they do 4 parts, I could see Aerith dying be at the end of like the almost even the third one. Honestly, like I don't know if they're gonna like drag it. Obviously, they're
oh
alluding
my
to it.
gosh.
Like
I don't know if you're watching the stream, but one of my fucking like islanders is just getting like pissed at the ocean.
no, hang
uh,
on, I got it pulling up.
I don't know. It's just funny. Like she's like working out, but then she's like getting pissed, and she's like standing right at the edge of the ocean.
I hate sand.
uh,
Yeah, without any illusion as to how long this thing is gonna be, like
oh man.
I mean, it definitely obviously it won't be 2 parts. I'm starting to think even 3 parts isn't going to be possible.
Right.
I'm thinking like 4 or 5 realistically. I mean, I'm just trying to. I haven't played the original in so long, but like all of the stuff they still have to
Right.
do.
Oh,
Um,
the snowboarding scene. Oh man.
all the Black Materia
Um,
stuff. I mean,
they gotta fit in the other Turks too. Oh man, it's gonna be
are you going to be chocobo breeding and all that? Like, I don't know. I kind of don't want to, but you know, it is what it is. Um,
right.
oh, but back to Avalanche. So Wedge was very surprising that he lived, and then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well he'll die, and then he didn't. But then at the very end of the game, it almost seems like maybe he did. It looked like
Yeah, that
the sorry, what is
was a
it?
little
I already
confusing.
forgot what they're called. The
The
Whispers.
whisper?
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah.
they were like course correcting a little bit, but
Yeah. Like they were just kind of like taking them.
And Jesse died. Like there's no allusion to that otherwise. But then they have Biggs at the very end,
Well, I don't
seemingly
know, cause
like that's not
like I thought
confirmed.
Big died. Right.
But
So it's like, is
but
Jesse alive now? I don't know.
it was like why would they
Very
show
weird.
him in the hospital but then not show what's going on with her? You know.
Yeah, that's what I kind of
So
thought
it's
too.
all
Unless they're
kind of
saving it for a bigger reveal.
like I figured they would keep them all dying, but then do the backstory to make it more impactful. But then if you also then just don't kill them, it's like I don't know. I mean, they still were able to be the catalyst that they were supposed to be,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like it's
Yeah.
I certainly want to call it fan service, but I don't know. Um, let's see. Otherwise, I thought like I don't think any of the characters came across like disappointingly. The Turks were great. Um, that Reno that first Reno fight was a pain in the ass. That was the fight that made me really have to like learn what the
Oof.
combat was all about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. The Reno and
I have to dodge and you have to block or you will not survive.
yeah. Yeah. The Reno and Rude fight. Goodness.
Oh boy. Um
That one smacked me up quite a bit too.
yeah, there's some other fight that I game over on a couple times. I mean Rufus got me a couple times. Not Rufus,
Um,
Reno. Um I don't know. I mean, I didn't even like lose to Sephiroth or anything. Um,
my first game over was a really cheap shot from the Abzu fight.
oh
He
yeah.
has a one shot. What the?
Who else did I fight that had the one shot? Oh, fucking the Leviathan. So
Oh yeah.
I looked at a guide and it was like, okay, when he's gonna cast this ability, heal, and then it was like, oh, there's the ability. Oh, I'm dead. I was like,
Yep.
cool. You can't run, you can't block, and I had no reaction time to even heal it. And I was really close on that second
Awesome.
fight. I was so close to getting him.
Damn.
I haven't even looked at the Bahamut fight yet, um, but I'm sure that that's tons of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. I really like the Kate Sitz cameo. That was really nice.
Yeah. That was pretty
Uh,
cool looking.
it's going to be very very interesting when that comes around and it throws everybody off because that's not actually how you pronounce his name at all.
I really hope for the English cast they just say Kate
It's supposed to be
Ketchy.
Kaichi, yeah.
Yeah, like it's something. Yeah, like Ketchy.
So
Very
that's gonna throw
awkward.
everybody off, I'm sure. Um,
Well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe they'll just roll with it.
yeah.
I'm still getting used to Corneo because I always just said Corneo because it flowed easier.
Oh yeah, and Mako. Never. I always called it Mako.
I started adopting Namako when like everybody like was having the discussion. I'm like, yeah, I guess Mako doesn't entirely make sense.
I mean, I hadn't ever really heard it spoken in official capacity except for Advent Children, which I couldn't even tell you about.
Yeah,
But I did notice. I was thinking because once Kingdom Hearts and Advent Children were coming up, I was realizing that when I started the remake, I was like, okay, this is Final Fantasy VII. And then I got a couple chapters in, and I was like, okay, this is Final Fantasy 15 as Final Fantasy 7. And then you kept
yeah,
going, and it was like, okay, this is Kingdom Hearts as Final Fantasy 7. And then you get
a
to the
little bit.
Sephiroth shit, and it's like, okay, this is Advent Children as Final Fantasy Remake. And so there's like a
Yep.
whole kind of arc. It never really felt like one thing,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is fine. Let's see. What do you know off the top of your head where your trophies are at?
Just a little over 50%.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at getting balloons.
How many of the side mission mini game stuff did you do?
I basically did all the ones up to chapter 14. I was like, I did some of them, but then I kept getting more, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm coming back for this in like a completion like
Yeah,
playthrough on fucking
I did all
hard.
the side quests throughout the game just because I wanted to take everything in, and you get some nice stuff for and experience and all that.
Yeah.
But then I tried to do, I didn't. It never explained in the game how you get more limit breaks, and I found out completely by accident.
Wait, there are more limit
There
breaks?
are. I texted you that I found them. You get them by completing the arena stuff.
Oh, okay. See, okay.
There's some very very easy arena stuff. There's 4 1-on-ones that you can do, and all of
Gotcha.
them will unlock a second limit, which are pretty
Okay.
great.
Kind of neat.
Actually, they're really nice. And then there's
Well, I
those
guess I'll find out later.
and there's all those like all the books that give you extra skill points. Uh,
Yeah,
I,
I see it. I got like volume one for everybody, but
I
then I
got
got volume three.
yeah, I got volume one because it was in a vending machine, I think, or just a shop or
Mm,
something. Volume three, I got somewhere else, and then I found two. I think two is another arena thing. I think maybe it's the Shinra one. I can't remember. The
yeah.
Shinra ones are much harder though, as you can imagine.
Hmm.
But apparently on hard mode, the last I think Shinra one gives you an item that gives you auto limit, like when you start a fight.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did get that spoiled before you even texted it.
Yeah, because somebody I was trying to figure out how somebody beat Rufus, and they started off with the limit right away
Gotcha.
because yeah, the cheeky little assess thing is just like, well, hitting him with a certain attack, well, and you just got to hit him with a limit, but you know, it was,
Yeah, like sometimes the assess just kind of
yeah, it
lets
was
you
like, oh,
down. Like, oh,
there's no tactical information available. Also, we can't tell you how much health he has. It's like, cool.
yeah,
Well, I
like
see
that.
that he has no weaknesses, so what are you really helping me with here?
Exactly.
Like, I thought, okay, I'll just keep assessing everybody anyway because there might be a trophy, and I'm pretty sure there's not. Um, I think there's one for
Yeah, I don't think
there's
so.
one
There's
for
just the
yeah,
intel.
there's the intel reports, but which it took me forever to even figure out like the staggered thing. Getting that 300% one took a minute, but
Oh, I actually did that on my Leviathan fight.
yeah,
That was
the strategy that I found was you just get Tifa, you just use her her power up little thing, get it twice,
yeah.
and then get it up again, fight the chicken, and then just spam triangle, and then you'll hit 300.
Mm. Okay.
Because he's like,
What I did, I
he's
just did like
pretty.
a full combo with her purple pain ability, the True Strike.
Oh man,
So I staggered.
what is that ability? The star one? That one
Yeah,
that one kicks
Star
ass.
Shower or
Star
something, or
Shower
Star
kicks
Shower.
ass.
Yeah, it's got too much wind up, so half the time I end up bricking it, but
Well,
it's
I mean,
pretty
so
sweet
again,
when it hits.
it took a while for me to get used to the combat.
Oh yeah,
But after a while, I realized like, oh, the enemies really just will always attack you, no matter who you are. Like it
yeah.
doesn't
So
matter who
a
you are;
lot.
they will always more or less try to go after you. So I just found like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
okay, I'll
AI
just.
just always targets whoever you're
It's
controlling.
just like, okay, I'm gonna charge
I
with this
learned that
ability.
really hard
It's
in the Sephiroth fight.
it's like, oh yeah, I figured that out like a little while before because I was just like, I can't fucking do anything, and like blocking only does so much. If you get hit by one piece of a combo, you're taking the whole combo.
What is the
Um,
material? Steadfast block?
uh,
That thing is super necessary.
I
At
have
the
one. I have something where it was like it allows you to like hold the block button and then dodge, and you'll still be blocking. That one was all right.
yeah. Oh, the parry. Yeah, the parry
So
one.
what
That one's
the
super
reason I
nice.
like that where you hold R1, you press circle. I found that the real benefit in that is that it allows you to stay in Punisher and you can dodge without getting taken out of Punisher.
Are you serious?
Yep.
That's too strong then.
If you do the block, if you do the parry where you're blocking, press circle, and you do a little jump roll out of the way, you'll stay in
Yeah.
Punisher mode.
Damn. All right. I'll have to try that.
What? Yeah.
That was the only thing I
Once I figured that out, I
didn't
was like, oh
like.
shit. But yeah, so I just
Yeah.
after a while I realized that the key is if you have like a big wind up ability or a big charge or whatever, hit it like activate it and immediately switch to somebody else and start hitting them because they will focus all their things on
Yeah.
you and then whoever can do their ability and you just got to switch back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I tried to always keep my character because I remembered in the original game how they split you up around Shinra. So
Oh
I tried to
yeah.
keep, I always upgraded the weapons. I always kept the materials as good as I could, but some of them just really, really didn't combo well. Like I can't remember his name, but the dude you fight on the elevator originally. Um,
Yeah, I can't remember the big machine, right?
yeah, I had Barrett and Aerith, and I'm like, this is an awful pairing. Uh,
Oh,
so, so I mean,
Barrett had to do all of the. Well, no, I kind of had my Aerith do some work because she
well,
had all
one,
of the materia.
Aerith did not always get out of the way. You just can't fix
My
AI.
Aerith would stand as far away from danger the entire
But I mean,
time.
but what I did was I maxed the shit out of Aerith's MP. She had by far way more MP than everybody else, and
Oh yeah,
I just gave her a cure with it all, and then I was
I
good.
gave her, I gave her magic up, MP plus. Oh,
Oh yeah,
it
and all
was super
her
good.
weapon upgrades, I did all that, but I gave her all the MP, and then I gave her a maxed out cure, and I gave her the all materia, and as long as she was in the fight, I was good to go because they would never target her
Right.
if I didn't play her, or at least not that often. And then I also threw on the auto cure, and
Oh,
after a while, I had like
revive. Revive materia is way too strong this time around.
I never.
Seven MP to revive, or you could spend all your gil on Phoenix Downs.
Yeah, I didn't really use the revive very often. The only reason I stuck to items a lot, which by the end I had 99 potions. I had like I had a shit ton of items. I have way more items than I could ever possibly use.
Yeah,
Um, I only stuck to items because they were faster to cast. So if
yeah,
I was in a pinch, I was like, I can cast a Curaga, whatever, or I can just chuck a Mega Potion. And one of them is going to
yep,
take a second, and the other one's going to take like five.
yeah,
And sometimes you don't have that time.
right.
Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, even now I'm still getting a little bit of the hang of the combat. I thought it would be closer to 15, which in some ways it
Oh
is.
no,
In some ways it is.
yeah. I mean,
I heard it's very similar to 13, but I barely got into that. Um, but
um,
obviously that was more.
only
I mean,
because of like the
but that was a
daggers
that
stuff.
was entirely turn based though. So and
Yeah,
I never tried classic mode on this yet. I don't know if I will, but um, when I take my girlfriend to it, I'm going to maybe play on easy because she doesn't care about the combat at all. She just wants a story, and I'd rather just blow through it.
Mm.
But I did like that I could just say like, oh, I don't have to just start a new game with you. I can just go to the chapter select, and all these fights will be a breeze.
Yep.
Because do we know if they have scaling leveling for all the enemies? Because sometimes I went
I,
back to places and it felt like I
hmm.
was just destroying everybody, but it could just be because they were like rats or whatever.
Right. I was gonna
Like if
say
I
I
hit level 50 and go
don't
fight
think they
Leviathan again, is it
scale.
going to be easier or is it going to be the same?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I'm not certain on that. I don't think they scale, but it's kind of
Um,
hard to tell on like just the one playthrough.
Gosh, yeah, I'm looking through this article that just goes over a bunch of stuff in the game, and I keep seeing Shinra's name up here, and that just takes me back to like the fucking Sephiroth's thing and how the way because he was a character that nobody knew who he was. They got to be
Yeah.
very very clever with his reveal and everything, where you just go up and you're like, all right, we're finally going to take down Shinra, and he's just dead with a sword in his back. And I was
Right.
really hoping to come across that again, and of course you don't. Not and again, not that anything we got was bad, but I don't know. It's just there's a certain brilliance that gets kind of lost because the game is so well known now. And in
Yeah.
some spots, I wish they leaned more towards people who are playing it for the first time, as opposed to the people who have been waiting for this for 20 whatever years.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they could have kept. Honestly, I would have been fine if Sephiroth never showed up in the game at all.
Yeah.
They could have talked about him
I don't know
and
why they kind of
they,
pushed that so much
like
right away.
they could talk about him and they could do all these the feather things or whatever, and then have the sword at the end, and that would kind of leave you like a whoa, who's that kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
but it's to the point where it's such a big pop culture thing. I mean, he's easily the most recognizable villain in the entire series. Like I realize
Right.
they want to lean into it. They want to put him on the marketing and they want to put him on the merchandise and they want to,
Hmm.
and that's fine. But you know,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I have to kind of just tell myself. Well, it's not the same game. It really isn't.
Right.
Um, 'Cause, yeah, I mean, I mean, some of those things were pleasantly surprising, like seeing the Nibelheim teases. I wasn't expecting at all. Uh, especially,
Yeah.
there's a one flashback that's like right there in the first hour of the game that was super unexpected because it wasn't in the demo.
Right.
So that was
Right.
kind of cool. Um,
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything like really else like super noteworthy here.
um, let's see. I got a bit of a kick out of the three. I can't remember if they had a more official name than that. But the Don Corneo three people.
Oh yeah.
I mean the dance thing was just so absurd that I kind of loved it.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, they didn't make that mini game super easy. It was really hard to see the prompts on screen, and then at the same
Yeah.
time,
It was a little
I couldn't
too
even like watch the dance. I have to go watch a video now because there was so much going on.
right.
If you don't replay it anytime soon, you should go and watch a video of Cloud getting the super expensive massage. It's it's kind of weird.
Mm,
It's kind of weird.
yeah. I'll probably look up a video.
I think I ended up getting like all the best dresses because I did everything. But now I'm wondering if I have to like to get the other dresses. Do I have to?
Wait, did I get like the best dress because you picked me? Like,
That's good.
how
So
does that
I
work?
don't know if you choose a different people. Aerith's best dress is the really really pretty red one that's in the trailer, and
Oh, okay, so I
there's
that one
people kind
somehow.
of under. Cloud's best one. Um, I mean, it's an elegant looking dress. Like it's really
Okay,
something.
probably not the one from the trailer, which is the one I got.
Yeah, and then Tifa is the one. It's just whatever one you pick from that earlier choice. The
Okay.
casual or the mature, the exotic, or the sporty one.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, see, I was wondering if that was
so,
gonna matter.
but see, and I'm wondering how it's going to work with chapter select. So, if I go back and I choose a different dress for Tifa, I still have to have her with that dress for it to count. So, do I have to play that chapter, make a new choice, and then I just play the new chapter and it'll override my previous choice and go with this new one? Or surely they're not going to make me play through the whole game again, but I
I
don't know.
think you would have to finish
That's
like
weird
the chapter
because
two and then go back to chapter nine.
that's what I'm wondering. But there's like for like Aerith's dress and your dress, there's a lot of factors into which one you get. So I don't
Oh my
know. I don't
gosh.
know if it's that easy. And it's like I don't mind playing through the
Mm,
game again, but you know, then I have to keep track of all these things. If I play through it again, I'm gonna want to do everything again, ideally. But
right.
so if I can just
See, I was
go,
hoping I could try to do it all in one more go with like hard mode. Damn it, just lost a fish.
yeah, I don't know how hard mode's gonna go. I mean, as I played, like the more game overs I got, the better I got with combat. The only exception is that stupid motorcycle scene at the end, which was just some
Yeah.
bullshit. Uh, it wasn't even.
I thought that fight
It,
was pretty fun.
it was fun. It wasn't that hard, but I don't know if it was by design. But I definitely got stuck on the wheel, and I let go of everything except for the brake button, and I never moved. I took his full blast, and then I died.
That's brutal. I
And
don't know.
then
Never got stuck on him, but
Cause yeah, I
I
would
did get
like
the
literally like with the way that the camera angle shifts and shit, I'll hold the brake button and he just won't move, and then I'm
yeah.
susceptible to anything he does, and you don't heal at that point. I
Gotcha.
was expecting the new soldier to show back up there, but obviously he
Yeah.
didn't.
I've heard quite a few people get soft locked in the vent, just like I did.
Yeah, I did look it up after you said it, and yeah, a lot of people got it. I don't remember there being any patches. I didn't get any notifications. So I saved it right before the vent, and I had absolutely no issues in any of the three vents. One person mentioned like as soon as the dialogue ends, they press circle and they got out. So I made sure
Mhm.
to not linger. So I don't know if that's it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
probably what happened
fortunately,
to me. Like I just got stuck
I mean,
after.
fortunately, it's entirely optional. So it wasn't
Yeah,
that big of a deal. But um, let's see. I was trying to think if there's anything that I was surprised wasn't in the game, but I feel like I mean it was such a short part of the original that I feel like they did pretty
kind of
damn
feel like the
well.
whole the whole Shinra building experience was a little weird at first
It was
too.
a little
Like
diminished when you think about it.
yeah, like
I mean they could have you,
you didn't have like a lot of
there theoretically should have been a lot more like soldier fights, but obviously they did the separate thing where you're
yeah.
not, they know you're there basically, or somebody does.
Hmm.
So, it's either you just charge in head first and you start killing everybody, or you sneak in and, you know.
Yeah,
Um, let's see. Yeah, and obviously the Genova stuff is a bit different because they had to change it for Sephiroth, which is fine. Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, everything that I think you would want them to do in the Midgar section, they did. I mean,
yeah,
you can even go down the damn slide in the playground. So,
right. 10 out of 10
I mean,
would
no,
play again.
no eye titty. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say
so
that. No Genova eye titties.
so 0 out of 10. Um,
Well, it balances out. 7 out of 10.
I feel like Hojo's character, now that he's more fleshed out and voiced and realistic looking, he is not at all the character I expected him to be.
Really, I thought he was pretty fitting. They just kind of like did too
I
much
think
in that chapter 17.
I don't know. I was just trying to remember the original. Like one, I don't. I guess I never pictured him being that old. Um,
Uh,
just with the way the models were back then, I guess
yeah,
I mean, he definitely seemed kind of more cocky than like mad, in my opinion. But I also don't really
gotcha.
remember, which is fine. Scarlet, I don't remember at all. I just know that you get into a slap fight with her with Tifa.
Oh,
Um,
I just remember she was a real bitch, so I guess they kind of got her
uh,
pretty well this time around.
The only thing I remember about Palmer is him getting hit by the truck.
I didn't know he was like the head of the materia development division though, so that's
Yeah, I
kind
was
of
trying to think.
interesting.
I was like, I know they provide electricity, but it's like, are they even really an electric company? Like,
Yeah.
technically, it's, I don't know, but that's just splitting hairs. Rufus's dog is named Dark Nation, so that's pretty rad. Uh, um,
Oh my god, dude, that whole Rufus fight was just a pain in the ass.
yeah, I mean, it was really interesting that they didn't show him in,
Like you had to actually
like, he
like
wasn't in the marketing, like, at all. Like, I forgot he was going to be in the game until he showed
just the
up.
final trailer. Yeah,
Well, they released concept
just the
art, like,
final
right
trailer.
before that. But I was texting you like this is weird like that they haven't shown him yet. He's
Yeah,
definitely in this part. Uh,
I was almost gonna tell you to watch the trailer just to see Rufus, but I was like, he'll see it.
yeah, they put out concept art right before that. So
Oh
um,
yeah,
yeah, I'm really glad I didn't. I mean, it wasn't anything like super detrimental, but I'm like they talk about like the plate falling and all that shit. And,
yeah. That was kind of weird. I was like,
like Square Enix is literally like, hey guys, please don't spoil the game for other people.
and then they
Also,
just like,
like
oh, if
like
you're watching the stream, you can see my Pac-Man bridge. It's pretty
oh shit! Let
pretty
me
neat.
pull that up. Maybe
Now
since you
these are like,
maybe since you have the video, we'll let you post this, and I'll just give you the audio
whoa,
or
you,
something.
you just like got robot there pretty
Yeah.
hard.
Or
I'm
I
not
guess
sure what
you're I
was
guess
up
you're
with that.
getting all this audio anyway on the stream, so
Yeah,
I guess it doesn't
yeah.
really matter. So I guess you can just keep your stream and post that if you want to. You can even post that as an episode if you wanted to. Your Pac-Man stream? Okay, I'm looking at
It's
your
just
stream
me like,
now.
well, sorry, I was shooting like a bridge, but yeah, I took the paths and stuff and made some some Pac-Man.
What? Am I not?
Yeah.
Wait, what am I looking at exactly?
It,
Oh, that.
so
Oh, that. Yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it. Okay. Wow, look at that. Did you complete all the gym stuff?
I just did the first pull-up challenge, and I was like, I'll come back for the rest because
The Andrea one?
yeah.
Okay, and you did all the squats?
Oh yeah, I did all the squats.
Squats are
What
fine.
was your highest squat count?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me.
I don't know if they kept track. Mine was like
I
54.
sent you a. Oh, jeez, I sent you a picture of like some of my game progress at the end. I don't think that's a part
Yeah,
of.
you
I don't think that's a
you
part of
beat
it.
me at the whack-a-box and
I
the
got I got
darts.
the darts pretty. I found the darts to be very easy, and the real rule
Yeah,
of thumb.
they were.
Well, the real rule of thumb for darts, which not everybody knows, is that the bullseye is not the highest point on the
Right.
board. It's the triple 20. So on my second try, I just went for the triple 20s, and I got it really quick.
Yeah.
Um,
But apparently, spoiler, I guess, again, Wedge gives you your first plus materia if you get the high score from him.
yeah, I got something from him for the darts.
Yeah, the luck plus materia.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. So okay. So first off, the squats I don't know. I'll get back to this in a second. So for the pull ups, uh,
The
it
pull-ups are way tougher though.
oh dude. Okay, so
Like,
the
no
order
forgiveness.
is random every time. Um,
Yep.
you get stuck, so you have to mash a button that kills your time, and it doesn't kill your opponent's time.
Yeah.
And you always have to do 2 rounds. Um,
Yep.
so I beat the first 2 people after Andrea pretty easily, although it was close. I cannot fucking beat Jules on the third one. There,
Can't
there,
beat
there,
Jules.
there is
Oh man.
there is a point in the second round where he will just go pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'll have to get back
Basically,
there.
and so I was like, okay, I just have to do as many pull-ups as fast as I can, which of course you can't. You have to be in time or you'll fall, and then you get
Right.
stuck. So you have to max the button. But basically, if you're doing the pull-ups against Jules and you make a single mistake, you might as well just save yourself whatever time is left.
Yeah. Just
You will
reset.
lose.
Yeah. Uh,
I've gotten
Same thing on like the
I
squats. If
I
you make a
got
single mistake,
I got two. The closest I got for Jules on the pull-ups was 2. I was 2 off of him, and it still didn't even feel like it was close. Um,
Damn.
okay, so the manuscripts. The manuscripts are the
Oh,
SP plus things, right? Where you get like
I
where the weapon things, right?
I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
they must be something else because according to this, there are 56 of them, and I have
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not like the volume skill plus things,
okay.
skill points.
I could have because
Trying to like
I'm pretty sure that's where they're kept. Like those things are kept in that same
yeah.
location. Okay, because I was like, surely there's not that much. Um, there's skill books and manuscript volumes for weapon upgrades.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Art of Swordplay, Sharpshooter's Companion, Way of the Fist, and Telluric Scriptures.
Hmm. Right, but those aren't like manuscripts necessarily.
Oh, you get most of them by replaying chapters on hard mode. Nope, that's what they are. That's what
Yeah.
they are. They are
Really?
all of them are Art of the Swordplay. There's 8 of them.
Uh, what? Okay. Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, so you must be able to max out all your weapon shit. But
Yeah.
okay,
I
so
do kind of like the weapon balance though. Like no weapon feels completely like useless.
I found it to be once I figured out how you get proficiency very easily. You just literally have to use the skill. I was like, okay, this is fine.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple I didn't do. I did make the mistake of trying to level up or get proficient in some of Barrett's weapons that are not long range at the wrong parts.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so that I just decided to let that go. Um, I really want to watch somebody do all those endgame cutscenes with the bat. It's got to be the funniest shit. But
The
um,
bat is so bad, man. I did not care for its
I
ability.
I did not I haven't equipped it once yet. Um, so I'm looking through my play log. So I have 16 out of 20 battle intel reports. Um,
Hmm.
there's a couple people I still need to assess. A couple summons I need to beat. Um, I only did 3 Coliseum challenges, but the first 3 that are one-on-ones, they're super easy. And then later on, you get more people to add on. Like, I can't imagine any
Gotcha.
of them are going to be harder than the Hell House. So,
Oh my gosh, the Hell House fight.
The Shinra
That dude trap.
the Shinra combat simulation one is much harder. I played one and beat it, and then I played a second one and lost. But they're it's on like a 6-star system or something like that, and they all start at like 4 out of 6 stars. So it's a lot harder.
Gotcha.
24 out of 26 odd jobs because of the branching narrative BS.
Oh yeah.
109 out of 114 enemy intel. So that's cool. 87 out of 114 enemies assessed. Which I put once I got the assess, I threw it on Cloud and I left it on him for the entire game, which is fine. Except obviously there's a couple parts where you don't have him, so I missed out.
Yeah, see, I put it on Tifa, but then I missed a bunch where I didn't have
Yeah,
Tifa.
I wanted to make sure it was always available, and I
Yeah, I
forgot.
guess you could have always taken the materia off of
Yeah,
whoever.
oh yeah. Anytime there's a cutscene and it asked me during the cutscene if I wanted to go to the menu, I was like, yeah, probably. All right. Um, enemy skills 3 out of 4. I kind of almost don't see why they even have it. Um,
Yeah, see,
music discs 29 out of 31. There's one I'm missing just from
oh,
somewhere, and one of the music discs you get from the practice dance, and you have to get like 100% on it.
oh gosh.
So like, okay, all the shit. Yeah, and then chapter 14 is the Corneo selection, right? Because
Yes,
it says
I
Cloud,
believe.
Tifa, and Aerith dresses 1 out of 3, and then chapter 14 resolutions witnessed 1 out of 3. So
Oh, are you serious?
I think they're actually I think there is a way to get him to pick the other people. Um, and then
Mm,
chapters cleared on hard 0, obviously. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about the game, I mean, is it everything that I expected it to be? Kinda, but that's just because I didn't imagine all the stuff they would be doing. Um,
Right.
I definitely feel like it exceeded my expectations
Yeah.
for the most part. Um, I definitely
Um.
I definitely wouldn't call it perfect. The combat system's a little
So.
clunky. Some parts really drag. You know,
Right. Um. So save like. I guess that's not really it. But how are they gonna like carry our progression?
you know, because they let you hit level 50, and it's like they're not going to start you off on level 50 in the next game, right? Are they going to let you hit level 200 by the end of the game? They could.
Right.
They could.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they could.
If they allow you to go up 50 levels every time, but then it's like, what if you end your game at like level 35 or whatever? Are you going to start part two
Yeah, I don't
severely
know.
under leveled, or if you're level 50, you're going to be over leveled? They can't drop you down to one. Like all this work you're putting in, you have to keep your items and your materia and your level and all that shit.
So
You
weird.
you have to. Otherwise, it's like this feels like an entirely different game. Um,
Yeah. So, yeah, it's so weird. I
I
believe
don't
they
know.
already said that we're not porting save data forward, so not to mention it'll probably be on the PS5, right?
Uh, I can't imagine the shit they would get if they split this between consoles.
I mean, maybe they could do like a PS4 and 5 release, which wouldn't be
That's what I would
bad.
think. I mean, that's pretty much what they did with Breath of the Wild. And
Yeah.
could you imagine if they
Um,
split it console wise? Where people are already
I mean, they
complaining that
would.
where people are already complaining they have to pay $60 a part minimum,
Oh,
and
they
then to
would be
also buy a
destroyed.
$400 console or
Oof.
whatever it costs. I don't know.
Oh no, like the PS5, I think was already confirmed to be like, well, maybe it's not confirmed, but it can't be cheaper than 500. They'd be losing money because of
They
all the specs that they put in there.
the best thing they could do is release it on both. If nothing else, it's
Yeah,
going to increase. It'll only increase their sales.
yeah.
Like anybody who has
They,
a
they should put it on
PS5,
both.
anybody who has a PS5 isn't going to buy the PS4 version, so you don't have to worry
Right.
about them like not getting it. Um,
Yeah.
like why I'm not gonna hook my PS4 up to my CRTV. Like it's gonna. Um, how did you have any performance issues at all with your PlayStation acting
No,
up?
no,
There's some
nothing.
video I watched. I think it was Game Ranks or something, and they're saying that they were running it on a PS4 Pro and it made their PlayStation
I,
really loud. And I'm like, I had no issues.
whoa, you got super robot right at the
Oh,
last
well,
second.
that's fitting. No, my PlayStation never got loud. Um, I never had performance issues.
No, I didn't notice
I
mine was
had no
loud.
like noticeable glitches. I had no like dropped frames. I had no like lag. I like everything ran super well. Um,
Right.
I don't know if they were using maybe a digital copy, and that had something to do with
Uh,
it. I
I
ran.
was also playing digital, but I did keep my physical, which came in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to get that steel book and art book or a steel case.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't
I
really.
still got the plastic on it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do in my. I pretty much on my shelf of games. I have the remake case, and then in front of me I have the steelbook, and then I have the cardboard that it
Hmm.
comes in over on the bookshelf. Because I'm like they all
Oh
look too
boy.
good. Like I don't want to combine them all into one case and not be able to look at them.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say like I gotta get like another bookshelf and put it in the other corner or something because I really like all the stuff I got there, but it's already pretty crowded.
yeah, I got a couple little shelves, so I make it work. Um, Yeah, I guess. I mean, my only real complaint with the game, I don't even know if I can complain about it anymore. It was just once I started seeing all the Sephiroth stuff, I was like, "Ooh, I'm not really on board with this." And now that I know that we're going full, like, "Hey, here's the narrative now," it's kind of like I just kind of just have to accept it, and
Yeah,
I just
like
have to accept that it's an alternate reality, basically.
Yeah, yeah, like a just completely alternate
Like
like
it's an alternate
universe for it.
reality, which also has its own alternate reality, but none of them are the one that I'm used to.
Yeah,
So I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with all that. Um, I mean, at the end of the day, like I still, anytime I played it, I had to stay up till like 4 in the morning. I couldn't put it down. I always kept wanting to go play it. Now that I'm done, I'm really bummed that I don't get to keep playing it. I'm really looking forward to what the next one's going to be. So I mean, this is
yeah,
a success. I mean, I don't in the grand scheme, I can't really imagine any better of what I would have expected.
right.
Like I don't know. 5 years. I mean, it's not as long as Kingdom Hearts, and we all know how that turned out. But
Oh boy,
this was very well worth the
you,
wait. And
you got your Kingdom Hearts in my Final Fantasy.
yeah, kind of. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm satisfied. My biggest complaint was just narrative stuff, which I'm more and more just accepting how it is. I was really
Yeah,
um, I was really iffy on the combat for a while, but you just got to trial and error a little bit, dodge, block, switch party members. I didn't realize how important switching party members was going to be.
yeah.
I
Like
thought it was just like, hey, we're going to let you mix it up a little bit. You fucking have to switch party members.
yeah, you do. You learn it pretty damn quick
I
too.
mean,
Like
I like the class
oh
like
damn it.
like in the demo, like I barely played Barrett at all, and I was just like, oh yeah, he's different, he's fine. I'm just gonna stick with Cloud, and it's like, nope.
I mean, in the demo, you definitely could just play Cloud, but yeah, as soon as you figure out like you're gonna get all of your abilities flowing together, it's like, oh well, you have to play every character,
Yeah,
regardless if
and
you
then
like them or
like
not.
I ended up using the quick menus like way more than I thought I would.
I didn't really use the quick menus, but mostly just because
After a
I
while,
prefer.
I just with Cloud, I was always like, I want like the thrust, I want the what is it called? I can't remember any of these abilities names, but there's the thrust. There's the one where you like hit the magic, the makeup, whatever, and it hits them. It's like the beam blade and
Oh, Blade Burst.
blade burst. That one, and then it's almost like an omni, or the triple slash or whatever.
Yeah, triple slash.
I those are the abilities that I always went to, so I just ended up
Yeah,
comboing them.
Braver actually didn't feel too good because of like one the time lag and just
Oh yeah, and it doesn't have range. Like
no,
not really.
he doesn't move into range and
What I found with and actually the triple strike sometimes felt like I had too much range because I'm trying to hit one person and then
yeah,
it's like, oh, I'm gonna slash him and now I'm gonna go hit this other guy with the second slash and then I'm gonna come back for the third one and it's
yeah,
like
triple slash having no time lag and you would more often than not just hit everything on screen
and
because it like the
it does
hitbox is so
progressively
big.
more damage with each hit.
Yeah,
The blade beam I found to be the blade burst was very powerful, but the wind up was just killer.
yeah,
Um,
almost as bad as Braver, but if you, I usually just like roll out of range and then just hit it, and that's usually enough. So that wasn't too bad.
After a while, I just stopped using Braver. I took it off of my
Oh
quick
yeah,
menu. Definitely check out the. I don't know Eric's second limit. I didn't get that one yet, but the other limits, like I think Barrett
I'm actually
is.
surprised most of her abilities were like offensive support stuff.
Yeah, her There's a again. I can't remember any of these abilities, but
I can't remember her abilities at all,
she has a she has
but her,
she has one where it's like a magic beam and it costs two ATB bars.
yeah.
Also, the oh god, why can't I remember any of these? The limit materia that you get that lets you split your ATB into thirds.
Oh, yeah. What
Yeah,
is it? Like
I stole
re
something like
something.
that. I stole that immediately, threw it on cloud, and it was amazing.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice materia. I was surprised. I was like, oh, this is
I would
just a little
like any
gimmicky.
like I almost never use cross slash because of that.
Yep.
Because I was like, right now, damage is not what I need. I need to be able to do all these other things.
Yep.
Let's
Ooh.
see. But yeah, get the other limits. Just go to the Corneo Arena and just do the first 3 or 4 challenges.
Barrett's abilities are like really hit and miss.
His one where he blows through all his ATB and just focuses on one
Yeah,
thing. That's the only one that I use. Except SmackDown is really good because
yeah,
it's an AOE.
yeah.
Uh,
Steel skin, like never used it.
I did use Steel Skin, and the only time I used Steel Skin was against the big elevator robot because he had his homing missiles that I tried to avoid, and you literally cannot avoid them.
Oh,
So
I just guarded them.
I Steel
Like,
Skinned and then I guarded,
oh,
and it
okay.
did like I mean less. It still didn't help that much, but uh,
Yeah,
re,
it didn't
uh,
hurt too bad.
refocus is that materia.
Oh, okay, it was re something. I just couldn't
Yeah.
remember like what word.
So they have everybody has two limits in this game. Cloud's second one is Ascension, where you just got again you just do the first arena where it's just Cloud versus some animals. It's like a Drake and it's
Oh,
like two dogs and it's something else. It's super
that's
easy.
not bad.
Barrett, you get Catastrophe.
Ooh,
It's significantly better than Fire in the Hole. Ascension for Cloud almost is like cross slash, not cross slash, Omni slash esque. It's just him and he just like beats
okay,
the shit out of somebody. Tifa is Dolphin Fury, which is better than Somersault because it's not just one hit. Um,
nice.
and then Eris is Planet's
Actually,
Protect.
didn't they put that in like a promo?
Maybe.
I feel like there might have been like a very brief like view of it.
Aerith's second one is Planet's Protection, but I didn't get that one yet.
Uh,
Wait. Wait, what?
hmm.
According to
I don't know. How do you feel about summons like not being um
um
like usable whatever?
I didn't mind it too much. I feel like based the fact that they're not a one hit and they go away, I feel like it would be
Yeah.
super broken if they were used the same way. And I was kind of used to it being this way because of 15. But
Hmm.
15 was incredibly hit or miss because you had to be in very specific areas and
Oh
also meet
yeah.
conditions. There's some limits. I platinumed 15 and I haven't seen all the summons. It just never came up. Um,
Yeah,
I
like
did
I
find
don't think I ever summoned Leviathan.
in this game though, it almost felt like anytime a summon came up, Cactar was always available. And then I was like, okay, what about Shiva and Ifrit? And like it wouldn't even give me an option. So sometimes
Hmm.
it was pretty like it felt like maybe this room is too small or something or whatever. Um, at first, I thought it was just random when it would show up, but then I found out there were conditions. You know, if you stagger an enemy, sometimes it'll be an option. If one of your party members gets really low on health, it'll become an option. You know, it
Yeah.
was always because they knew they were powerful, so it kind of just felt like a hey, you're struggling, let's give you a hand kind of thing.
Mm.
But there were a couple boss fights where even before you were in a struggling state, they were just like, here, you're gonna want to use this. But yeah,
Right.
I didn't always feel like I had access to everybody, and now I'm like I have too many summons now. Like I can't even equip everybody, which is
Yeah.
fine because you'll never have more than one out. But it's like,
Cactar's pretty gimmicky though.
yeah, I mean, I have four characters and four summons. That's fine. But it's like if I get Leviathan, then like yeah, Cactar's got to go. Um, and then if I get
Bahamut,
Bahamut,
dude.
and then Bahamut, I mean, oh, you know, Shiva, Ifrit, Leviathan, and then Bahamut. Like I like the chicken, and the reason I like the chicken is that he's non-elemental,
Yeah.
but
It is pretty nice.
it's he also needs two ATB bars to summon him. And the two times I summoned him,
Mm.
I couldn't really tell what he was doing.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Yeah. And both of his abilities require an additional two ATB bars.
Yeah, Carbuncle's abilities are two ATBs too.
Yeah, I don't I won't ever have him unless I buy it on digital, so I have no idea what he does. If he's
Mm.
anything like
Carbuncle is way too strong in my opinion.
easy mode 15, he'll just pretty much like never let you die or something, right?
Yeah, that honestly, that's basically what it is. So he's a support. All of his abilities cost 2 ATB, so if you just have everybody with full ATB, you're basically about to become
Which
indestructible.
is literally like, hey,
Um,
go play Tifa for 2 seconds and you're good to go.
yes, that's exactly what I did. So he basically has 3 light abilities, and one will give you haste on everybody, and the other 2 will give you basically like an enhanced barrier, and I always forget the freaking magic one, shell.
Oh yeah.
And you'll just take half damage from everything.
Okay.
So way
Yeah,
too
like I think
strong.
like easy mode 15 was literally like you'll get saved from a game over once or something.
Yeah, he'll heal anybody who gets a little low on health, and then when he goes away, he'll revive and heal your entire party.
It's like, well, then, like, are they even going to put Phoenix in the game? Like, what's.
Um, I don't even know what would Phoenix
I don't
do.
know. I don't even really remember. Where did Carbuncle even come from? I don't remember him until like 15.
Oh, I mean, Carbuncle was always in like Final Fantasies,
I guess
but wasn't always like a main
I guess I
summon.
just I haven't really played to completion like almost any of them. Like a
Mm,
lot of them were always like 8 and 9. I remember playing and liking, but then never actually committing to, and then
right,
just hearing about everything later. So maybe that's
gotcha.
why. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. That whole last chapter was everything where I'm just like,
Just
I
bonkers.
need to talk to somebody about this. Um, yeah, I mean, already I was like, oh wow, they're really just gonna let Sephiroth be a thing right now. The last thing I was
Yep.
expecting was a fight because for a second there I was like, because I know that the original game, you go down the highway and you fight the highway dude, and then you leave Midgar like right after that or very shortly. I'm like, are they
Yeah,
really gonna make this highway dude the last boss?
that's what I was
Like
thinking.
after
Oh,
Genova, I'm like that's super underwhelming. But
yeah.
yeah, that was yeah, and those like super whisper dudes, I thought they were such a pain in the ass to fight. Um,
They really were because they would just back to back like attack, and I'm just like, when's my opening
and
here?
it's like all
Kind of
elemental
just don't get
shit,
one.
and it's like
Yep.
you really can't. There's not a whole lot I can do about elemental stuff. You can do like the magic barrier, and you can do magic defense and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
like
I mean, I'm
it's
sure like there was a bunch of stuff I
there
wasn't utilizing
I don't
though.
know. I felt like after a while I thought dodging would be more useful, but sometimes it genuinely feels like you will never miss these attacks or dodge or anything.
Yeah.
Like if somebody
Um.
hits you with thunder or something, like Rufus, you can dodge Rufus because it literally shows him and he casts it and it comes at you. But some of them is just like,
Yeah.
okay, well I watched you do it and I rolled out of the way and I'm still getting hit by everything. Uh,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think a no damage run is legitimately impossible in this game. Um,
Yeah. I would be really surprised if anybody could do it.
I really liked the Swordipede fight. I liked fighting
Yeah.
him.
That was a surprisingly
I
cool
liked
fight.
fighting him, and he busts through the wall, and all of a sudden I'm the next party, and we're fighting him again. Um,
Yep.
I wouldn't have minded if that dragged a little bit, if that went back and forth like one more time. I would have been cool with that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, the ghosts were that ghost boss. I really wasn't a fan of either.
I didn't
Uh,
mind,
it
but
just
the whole like
it took a
story
it just took
part
a
of it
while
was
for me
kind
to
of weird.
get kind of used to what I was supposed to be doing. Like I didn't know like when he grabs you, there's like another version of him in the room that you're supposed to go hit. I
That's
never.
the boss with the stealable, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, again, I never bothered with the steel material yet. So,
Yeah. So
um,
I missed it as well.
yeah. So I mean, like the whole thing with the avalanche being alive or not being alive. I guess at this point we don't know if any of them are alive. Really.
Yeah, basically.
Jesse seems like the only one for sure because they didn't show her again. But the fact that Wedge lived, I mean, he
But
still
again,
fell, but
could just be a bigger reveal for later.
I guess. I mean, I guess I'm cool with it because they still served their purpose.
Yeah.
The whole killing Barrett thing. I guess that's canon that he actually killed him, but he came back. So,
Right.
which is weird. I don't know why we needed
But
that.
did you die?
I don't know why we needed that. Um,
Yeah, I didn't
Sephiroth isn't
know.
really supposed to have any beef with anybody else. Like, he's not really supposed to give a shit. Um, and I'm just trying to think of, like, the end. So, I think what we're seeing there, so there's that big hole that Sephiroth made, and that's supposed to be Meteor, I guess. And then Aerith is, like, fighting it with Holy, I guess, which I didn't realize. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure she wasn't, like, maybe I not remember. Like, I know she has that materia on her, but doesn't her die?
yeah,
Isn't her dying what activates it in the first place? Like,
yeah. At least what we all kind of
so it was basically
presume.
like a meld of Meteor and Holy into this big thing, and then it was this whole thing in the
Yeah,
on the edge of the world or whatever they were calling it, and then I was like, I have no idea what this is, which is fine. I liked being surprised, but at the same time, I'm trying to like figure out what any of this is by relation, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what's going on here.
yeah,
I don't know the fact that they, other than Sephiroth having his shirt on, they copied the end fight. Um, I don't know. I'm curious where they're gonna go because like we already beat him, so like
Blue Tree Lettuce is in the
what?
stream chat. What's going on?
So I mean like yeah we can fight him again. He can get stronger, I guess, but I don't know. Like once he gets all mutated and freaky, then that's yeah. I mean that's all they can really do.
Yeah.
I mean I'm sure they're gonna mess with
To be
Genova.
fair, it wasn't like the real Sephiroth, I guess.
Uh I mean yeah.
Yeah, like I know, but it was basically Sephiroth. I don't know. It's very weird putting that all in like right in the last chapter.
Because I mean, if I remember correctly, his actual self is canonically right now in North Crater,
Yeah, he's in North
and
Crater.
it's Genova who's turning the clones into full Sephiroth, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. His whole narrative is the only thing that I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess we'll see how it plays out in the next
Lutri's
one.
in the chat.
Right?
Well,
Dab,
I
not
think.
bad.
I
Oh, there he goes. Now he's in here.
well, not
I,
not
didn't, I, didn't, I didn't want to interrupt, but I
well,
also just wanted to be a part of the
whoa,
conversation.
you're loud. Well,
Hell
also,
yeah.
well, I mean, not to
That seems okay on
not to
mine.
necessarily cut out the conversation or anything, but I don't know if I have a whole lot else to add. It's already been almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was listening on stream, and I was just like,
Oh well,
oh, okay.
spoilers.
Well, I titled it. It's a spoiler discussion.
Yeah. So,
Everyone wants to be warned.
I guess to summarize, I think it's not only worth the money, even the $80 version. I would easily pay this again for every
Yeah.
part going forward. I think it was worth the
Yeah.
5 year wait. I don't want to wait
Oh
another
yeah.
5, but I could wait 2. Um, I'm looking forward to playing it again, and I think it's a success.
okay, that's good.
Yeah. I
Again,
pretty much
I
that.
don't I can't say I have any like legitimate problems with the game. There's some things that I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm accepting that it's a new narrative, and
All right.
and the combat is fucking ridiculous until you get used to it.
It is a little bonkers to get used to.
It takes a while. It's like okay, oh, I have to make sure. It took me like the whole like oh, you can't use a potion unless you have an ATB gauge. That pissed me off so bad. I was like, I need to
I
heal
kind of like
now.
it.
I need to heal now. I have no health. If I block, I'm dead. If I go attack them for ATB gauge, I'm going to die. Like
Just
that.
don't block with your ATB filler.
It took a while. So getting used to the ATB thing, switching party members. Holy shit, that's important. Blocking and
Yeah,
running
it is.
away is super fucking important. I only fled from one battle, and I don't remember why. It wasn't necessarily because it was hard.
I fled from one because I walked in. Two of my people got toted, and then we were
That's
all
it.
beat to death.
That's why I ran. I remember that. When you're
Yep.
when you're looking for Corneo the second time, right?
Yeah, with Leslie.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I'm right around the corner is a bench. Yeah, same thing. I went into the arena with Cloud, the Shinra one, and it's literally you as Cloud by yourself fighting one of those guys, and the first thing that happened was he toaded me. But I don't know it. I don't know if it's. I don't know if Toad is permanent usually, but it wasn't in the arena because I was
just clip the ribbon.
It wears off after
I don't know if there are any ribbons.
I haven't seen a ribbon.
Yeah, I did.
To use,
I was somewhere where I was Cloud by myself and I was put to sleep, and I was like,
I don't know if you can actually become immune to Toad.
I don't know, but sleeping is utter horseshit. It is.
Wait. Oh yeah, sleep.
Sleep.
Jeez, sleep is brutal.
Oh, because I was like, okay, I'll wait and take damage, and then I'll wake up.
I'll put it this way:
no,
every status ailment is fucking destructive. Holy shit!
You know, it just throws all momentum to a halt?
Well, like sleeping, like you have to switch to a new character and like use an item or something. Because I figured, I'll take damage and I'll wake up, and like no, you'll just keep getting hit, and you'll just keep getting hit, and.
Yep.
And then eventually you'll wake up.
There was one fight with like three. I don't even know what you call them. Sort of like. Fuck. It was with Aerith in the slums. It was like a side quest, and it was not fun.
The only status ailments that really bugged me were sleeping and Toad. I never ended up using antidotes on potion or on poison. It just didn't affect me that much. Silence went away at some point. So
poison wasn't too bad because
even silence, I never bothered healing it. I just
I feel like silence wasn't that bad unless it was Aerith. It's the only person I would notice it on.
Yeah, I don't remember having to use any items for it.
No, it didn't last that long.
No, it's really just Toad and sleep.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't know why they gave you 3. There's 3 enfeeblement rings that I found.
Damn.
So you can make your entire party a Toad on purpose for a Toad or a frog only run, I guess.
Yeah, frog only. Let's go. I want to see frog only hard mode. Let's go, team.
Let's do it. It's probably an achievement.
It's a hidden trophy.
Yeah.
True hidden.
Well, I think that's all.
Pretty much it.
I think that's all I wanted to say as far as the recording goes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of discussion, but I'm very happy with the game. 40 hours. Yeah. 40 hours is worth it, and that's only on my first playthrough. So.
Yeah.
I'm 60 hours into Persona 5.
Nice. So you're 612.
What would your actual like critical rating be? On I guess you can do out of 5 or 10.
It's very tough.
It can be my score for Kingdom Hearts 3. 9 out of 10. It sucked.
Damn. 9 out of 10 IGN. It sucked.
Too much water.
Yeah, too much water.
Oh my god.
I don't know how easy mode is too easy.
Is it? Is that a real thing?
No, who said that? It was Kotaku. Kotaku put out an article saying Final Fantasy 7 Remake easy mode is too easy. And everybody everybody's like, this is your like too much water review.
It really is.
Scoring it is tough because I don't think it's impossible.
There's no way that was it.
It's impossible for me to not let nostalgia play a factor in it.
Yeah.
Like, if I had never played Final Fantasy 7 before, and this is my first introduction to it, I feel like even just slightly, I would maybe like it less.
Right.
And I don't... This might be controversial. I don't see this game being nearly as replayable as the original. maybe when it's a whole game.
Yeah.
Like in I don't know. I can't even say like in 5 years which one do you see yourself playing, because obviously this game will be expanded by then.
Right.
I don't know, because in some ways I feel like the original narrative will always be better. But then at the same time, the expansion of the narrative they do here really, really works, and I kind of want a lot of this narrative to be canon by comparison. Like if we had everything in the remake but the original Sephiroth narrative, I mean, I think it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely got to be a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
Depending on...
I was kind of gonna go with an 8.
I can't think of the last game that I was so desperate to continue playing.
I can't rank it at all because I haven't played it. And
I
the
think
little
I'm
that I
probably
have
gonna
played,
give like
it was
another
alright.
rating after I get like the
Like-
platinum trophy.
Like, I barely make time to play video games anymore. And
Yeah.
I took a day off work and I stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning, like 2 or 3 days in a row, to play this game as much as I possibly could.
Okay, but when did you wake up?
Well,
2 in the afternoon.
11 something?
Gross.
Like 11 something?
Oh yeah, then yeah. Just wake up.
Like if I
Remake.
if I wasn't home for all this anyway, I already put in my Google Calendar to not book this past weekend because I wanted to play this game.
Right. That's good.
I think nostalgia.
7 out of 7.
I would say
Does that play a factor?
I would say keeping nostalgia in mind, it'd be probably closer to an 8. I feel like I would maybe rank it like a 7 if it was the first time I had ever been exposed to it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
my pleasure in knowing that the narrative is expanded and getting to appreciate these characters more is only helping. But
Yeah.
but if I didn't know who these people
Yeah,
were,
that's true.
they're still well written and still enjoyable characters to hang out with. But it's kind of like it's already coming in with like a 7, 8, whatever, and then I'm just growing around that. So I think 8 is fair. It's certainly not perfect. The combat I think is still iffy.
Not
At some
not quite
parts,
as crispy as you want it to be.
Some chapters are significantly worse than others.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm satisfied, and they better get this shit out in like 2 years.
Round.
Yeah, your critical opinion of Kingdom your critical opinion of Final Fantasy Remake is making me dislike Kingdom Hearts 3 more and more.
Chapter it's chapter 7. It's okay. Play this, get to chapter 17, and you're pretty much playing Kingdom Hearts.
It's
Okay.
true.
This game
That's not a good thing.
I'm gonna say it like that anyway.
I stand. I know what I said.
There's some parts of this game that were like, okay,
This is definitely Nomura.
This is the well, yes, Jesus. And I'm not on the whole Nomura's ruining Final Fantasy train, but you can tell he worked on
When
this.
did you get in Final Fantasy?
Okay. Tits.
This game, I already said this earlier, but this game was basically it had like a little sweeping thing where it was, okay, this is the original Final Fantasy VII as Final Fantasy VII Remake. And like now it's Final Fantasy 15 as Final Fantasy VII Remake. And now it's kind of Kingdom Hearts as Final Fantasy VII Remake. And now it's Advent Children as Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep.
Look at all these references.
And I could tell you
when do I get to
specifically
play as
when
Yuffie?
all of those it's chapter 1, chapter pretty much 2 through 16, and then chapter 17, and then chapter 18. That's when all of those move on to the next step.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're like 18 chapters. That's cool.
There's 18 chapters.
Nice.
18 chapters. What the crap? It's not 7 chapters?
Yeah. Do you ever notice the little nod that this one and the original had, where the first time you defeat an enemy, you become level 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little.
Really? That's cool.
Did you notice there's 7 volumes of books in Aerith's house?
What?
Yeah, dude, I looked at like a lot of the scenery really early on, and then I just kind of like
Oh,
booked it.
I took everything in, and
What is that kitty cat?
yeah, man. There's this guy on
She really
YouTube
wants to
named
play.
Maximilian Dude, something like that, who I've been following. He's been following this remake for years, and he has like the best reactions to everything. And he put out a video talking about how he wasn't going to react to the last trailer that came out because he was like, I finally saw like one bit of footage where I was amazed by the background scenery and like all the detail and all this stuff. And he was like, huh, I really wish I noticed that in game instead of right now. And that's when he decided he wasn't going to watch any more promotional things for it. And I,
But Bogarty, it's corporate greed for this game to only be Midgar.
it's true.
What would you say to all the people who are furious that this is only Midgar?
I understand. At first, I was kind of bummed. It is. I mean, like, obviously, I only paid the $80 because I got the Steelbook and Artbook and all that shit. I would have paid $60 for this. This is a $60 game, for sure.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I am completely bummed that it's only Midgar, only because I have to stop playing now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have anything. I have no new narrative, and especially with that ending, I really want more narrative.
Yeah.
That is like
they're
the
doing good.
that is,
Does it just come to a halt? Like the momentum just stops?
no, like it goes fucking crazy in that last chapter.
Oh, it just falls right off the cliff. It's
So
just
much shit happens. I guess you may not know exactly what we're
you're
talking
on
about
like
because
a
that's what we
path of,
started
like,
with. But
sensibility, and then you just go right off the deep end.
it goes
into
super.
insanity.
It goes super Kingdom Hearts into like super Advent Children.
Oh,
It gets crazy right at the end.
and then there's like a cutscene, and it's like, okay, that was wild. And then there's like one thing in the cutscene, and it's like, wait a minute, and then it ends.
Yep.
Ah,
that's how they hook you. They hook you.
I'm a hooker. Let me tell you.
0 out of 10. They ruined my boy's voice.
No, no.
How much did Barrett swear?
They swear a bunch.
A fair bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't say the F word,
Good.
but they say bitch and they
Oh.
say shit, and you know.
Okay, I thought maybe once he might have said what the fuck, but
I don't remember that, but
I probably just,
Wedge calls
misremember.
Cloud bro, and he's like, "I'm not your bro." And I was like, "This is amazing."
And then fucking later, Johnny's just bro.
uh,
Oh, thanks, bro.
what
Bro!
was that line from Red 13 about about Barrett being like a 300 or yeah, like a 300-pound thing of shit
they're
or whatever?
escaping on the truck, and Barrett's like, he says something to the effect of like, kind of hard to do that in a 300-pound sack of shit.
And he's like, especially with one sitting right here or something like that. He pretty much just called Barrett like a fat sack of shit or something.
Okay, I messed it up a little bit, but yeah,
That's good.
it's great.
There was another.
Actually,
line.
wasn't it in the trailer, or
It
am I
was in the
crazy?
trailer, yeah. Which again, I didn't watch it beforehand, but let's see. Oh man.
All right, well, everybody can go watch the final trailer to get the correct delivery of that line.
Yeah, but be wary though. I don't know what they were thinking.
Big spoilers in this spoiler discussion.
Couple 0 out of 10s that we got to give out. No,
So we already said Genova, no
there-
eye titty.
There's no eye titty, 0 out of 10.
Oh,
No hot tub full of bodybuilders that are molesting you.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
-1 out of 10.
lame. Fucking dropped.
Like,
No recoloring.
considering the dance, they couldn't give us a bodybuilder hot tub scene.
Right.
Erotic bodybuilder hot tub scene.
I feel like there's another one. Oh god, Oni's gonna hate the end of this game.
No,
I just
this
know
guy
it.
are sick.
What was that?
No, this guy are sick.
No, this guy R6, 0 out of 10. I feel like I had another one, but that might be it. Yeah, we already said that one. Adobe Dreamweaver. Uh,
I thought you were actually talking about an Adobe program. I was like, what are you talking
that
about?
is an Adobe program.
Oh, okay. I was.
Yeah, it's
I was
one that you
really
use to
confused.
make websites.
Oh, okay.
Um, let's see. Do.
Woo!
Uh, Despite me finding more dartboards in the game, I was kind of surprised that you only get to play darts during one scene.
Yeah, that
As
was
as,
kind
as many
of.
times as you want, but
Yeah.
um,
I think I expected more like mini games.
yeah, I texted Jonah at one moment and I said, "Cloud said shit."
Yeah. Oh, he said a bad word.
He said the word.
Oh yeah, and then there's a quest where you're having to run around town and find stray cats.
Aw.
At some point, Cloud just goes like, "This sucks." It's like I feel that, man.
Good. They made him a relatable character like he was in the first
Yeah,
That should
game.
just be the whole review right there.
my second
Cloud, this sucks.
my second darts thing, I averaged 150 points per round.
Nice.
Oh
So
man.
What is it? Yeah, what's up with darts games right now? What is it? Persona 5 has a darts game now. That's
Yeah.
like
uh,
vital.
Biggs being played by Charlie Sheen is a 10 out of 10.
Is that for real? For real? For real?
No, go look at the comparison picture. It's literally him. Just
Oh,
hold on a
The
sec.
voice doesn't help.
It really doesn't. Let me
I
see
smoke
here.
7 gram
Because
racks.
I looked it up earlier.
Uh,
I think I googled Biggs Sheen.
um,
Hold on, I gotta find the one where it like gets the hair. Literally one to. All right,
Oh my
copy
god.
an image.
Oh my god. Fucking the first image. Oh my god.
Uploading from Google.
Biggs Sheen.
All right, if I'm doing video, I'll go ahead and get rid of. Let me see if I can get the.
Yeah, from Platoon or whatever this is.
Bam! Look at that. Look at him.
And again, like the voice doesn't help at all. So
Right. It's pretty damn close,
I
man.
smoke 7 gram rocks.
It is freaking hilarious.
To be fair, it is Nomura. He does like his references.
How'd you feel about the simultaneous locks portion?
Gosh, that was so annoying. I thought I was like retarded. Hard R.
I ended up getting it down pretty easily. I was just waiting for it because of
Like every time I thought I had it, I
just
didn't have it.
considering how annoying it was in the original. Like at least in this game, they like when you screw up, they acknowledge how dumb of a puzzle it is.
Like I thought it was like scripted. Like I thought it was intentionally failing. Like okay, maybe I'm not like messing it up, but I'm pretty sure I was just messing it up.
My Whack-A-Box was 38,000.
That should be a trophy. Getting that with no misses.
Let's see. Yeah, go get the luxury massage or watch a video. It's incredibly what's the word I want? Not risque, but imaginative, I guess is good.
Okay. That's hot. That's hot.
That's hot. Do you unlock skins?
Never gonna
there are three different dresses.
Oh.
For each character.
For each character.
Or each
dress to
three.
the nines.
The Shinra troops that need contact lenses, 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Like, I wish I could. I kind of want to find that image.
You can find you can find the cutscene.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm Hold on. Let's see.
That shit's so funny though.
How easy is it to make Gil?
At first, I was like, I had to be a little picky. I ran out of money a bunch because I was buying weapons and shit. By the end of the game, I had like 20,000 gil and nothing to spend it on.
Just absolutely stupid.
And there's like a materia you can get to like increase
I
your
might just
health.
have to load it up to this Discord from your text. Or no, maybe you snapped it to me.
Oh, I probably snapped it to you. In which case,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well, I'll have to go find the cutscene. Like, I can't believe they couldn't see us. This is the stupidest thing
So
ever.
funny. Um, yeah, I can't. I feel like there's one more 10 out of 10 thing, but I can't. I'm trying to go through the text and I can't see it. The Moogle medals thing was kind of weird. I didn't mind it as a thing, and then
Yeah, I feel like
you can infinitely farm them a minute and a half at a time, and then I just kept finding more, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with all these?
right.
Like I thought that's where you're supposed to get the Chocomog summon, but it turns out I just missed it.
Right. Um, I mean, they had more rewards later, which is fine.
Yeah, I think that's where you get one of the books.
Yeah. And intentional to give us endless Moogle medals there.
Yeah, a minute and a half at a time, and you can get as many as you want.
Yep.
Uh, do. Saving often. Yeah, I saved way more than I thought I was going to.
Oh yeah, I saved after like every major thing, every grueling fight too.
Shit, I'm not sure where. I'm not sure where. What the context was. Oh, I guess it was at the very end. You texted me Sunday at 7:37 saying, "I really wish I could vent how angry I am right now." And apparently
I'm really
it was for a narrative reason. And then an hour later, you're texting me that you hit the credits.
well.
So
I
never
said
mind.
sort of because I said sort of because I wanted to be vague. I was really mad at Zach's voice change.
Oh well.
Aww.
Like they went from perfect in Crisis Core to just I don't know. It's just not good. It could have been worse, I guess, but I just don't know why they didn't get like more original like voices from like Advent Children. A lot of them were already really good.
But yeah, Gerard the Completionist put in just over 51 hours to fully complete the original game, and it took him 110 hours to do the same thing on this one.
Damn.
Oh, that's good.
But as I mentioned in the text, he is way more familiar with the original game,
Yeah.
so he knows how to do everything already. But
Mm-hmm.
still, yeah.
I mean, even if you think you had it down to like a science, 80
Leviathan
hours maybe.
sucks. Beating Jewels at pull-ups suck. Some of the Shinra arenas suck. I do like in the elevator.
It sounds very like Yakuza, which is fine because I like Yakuza.
But maybe.
It's pretty much mini games with a story.
Yeah,
they're all super intense.
I guess. I do like that in it, if you take the elevator in Shinra, Barrett makes a big fit about people not taking the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I like that he gets whiny like right around the 50th floor.
That shit was so annoying, and then once I was done with it, I was like, all right, this is actually hilarious. So
hold on, I got an Atlas moth.
I saw.
Chapter 17 really needed to get cut down.
Got him.
5, 6. Okay. There's a 6-second delay.
Chapter 17 needs to get cut down. Genova.
Yeah, 17.
Genova was too easy. Rufus is too hard. And don't get stuck on.
What difficulty did you play on?
Normal. You don't get hard until you beat it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And then after you beat it, they give you double XP and triple AP. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
So there you go.
What is it in Persona 5? There's no reason to play on any difficulty other than easy.
Should I just start playing on easy instead of?
You can also switch it mid-game. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what is it? There's no achievement for it, and also it just makes the game longer.
when I take Bella through,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play 7 remake again with Bella because she's never played the original.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna play it on easy just because she doesn't care much for the combat. We just want to get to the narrative.
Go play Persona 5 Royal.
Well,
It's basically Persona 5 except better.
I know,
Yeah.
and I've been debating it because it's like if I haven't played any version, why would I not get the full version? But at the same time, I already have the original Persona, and I can save
Oh, do you?
$60.
You could just play that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I didn't have either, I would absolutely go get Royal. But it's like, if I already own this version, do I really need to spend $60 more when I wouldn't even know what's new?
You'll definitely like the new changes though.
Well, maybe when I get my stimulus check. I don't know. Isn't it like an extra 30 hours?
Like an extra 20 to 30 hours of content, I guess, depending on your pace.
So it's like 180 hours.
And there are some nice quality of life changes, which
Especially with guns.
It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. If I have all this time, I feel like now's the time I need to play this because it is the game that I don't feel like I can ever tackle because of the commitment.
right.
You have so many money trees, Jonah.
I keep my money trees.
Anyway,
around
I
my
think
house.
I'm gonna stop the recording on this end.
Yeah, I forgot to record, but I could always rip the stream.
That's my favorite thing to say to people.
What?
I forgot. Oh, sorry, I forgot to record.
Forgot to press play.
Shoot.
Yeah, you could honestly just if you're running out of episodes, which I guess you will after tomorrow.
Yeah.
You could just throw up this 2-hour stream. So
Oh man, she just gave me some star shades. It's
anyway,
fucking
otherwise I'll
awesome.
post these. But anyway, we're gonna cut the recording here. I think at the end of the day, we're both very, very happy with the product, and I think we'd both give it about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd go with an 8 out of 10.
And,
I give it. I still have to play it.
well, Marco, what would you give Persona 5 Royal so far?
Yeah, an 8.
Sounds good.
It's JRPG bullshit, but it's really, really fun.
And hey, I can get behind that.
I thought the first one was great. I gave it like a 9, but
All right, well, we're gonna cut it
Stylish
here.
as hell.